The Chicago Bears are back at practice, training camp day number 11 with no pads. The guys who did not practice today were Nate Davis, Kyler Gordon, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, Montez Sweat, Theo Benedict, Ian Wheeler, and Andrew Billings. Jaquan Brisker also didn't do much today, but he was at practice. It seemed like Matt Eberflus wanted to give some of the veterans a day off, including guys like Montez Sweat. But there was one of those guys who did seem to be a new injury, as Darnell Wright was not at practice today. Coach Eberflus said they were hopeful to have him back, but he wouldn't elaborate on the situation. If Darnell Wright does miss time, we suddenly will have an even bigger worry among the offensive line, but I won't panic yet until we hear more. Hopefully, Darnell Wright is back at practice tomorrow. As far as practice goes, the offense overall had a sloppy day with some low snaps, drop passes, and fumbles. Caleb Williams would continue impressing, though, throwing highlight touchdown passes all day long. His best throws came in 11 on 11 drills, finding Keenan Allen for a long touchdown, and then completing a beautiful pass to DJ Moore on the sideline, followed by another touchdown to Rome Odunze. Caleb also threw what would have been another touchdown to Odunze on the sideline, but Rome missed it and let it hit him in the chest for an incompletion. Also in the 2-minute drills, Caleb would roll out and throw a strike to Odunze that was dropped. Jalen Johnson was in tight coverage, but today was not Rome's best day. Nothing to worry about there, though. Meanwhile, Keenan Allen had multiple touchdowns today, and DJ Moore has looked worth every penny that the Bears just gave him in an extension. He did come off the field for a few plays during team drills and was seen stretching his leg out. He seemed to be okay, though. The center quarterback exchange was the problem that looked worrisome today, with a lot of low snaps. I'll talk more about that in just a minute. But Caleb also had multiple passes broken up, a couple passes dropped, and overall was just a sloppy day for the offense. But our rookie quarterback continues to show progress, and he looks like the real deal. Matt Eberflus called Caleb's ability to throw on the run pretty amazing and praised his accuracy. As far as the second team goes, Tyson Bagent would have a really good day today, showing nice touch on a beautiful touchdown pass to Nasimba Webster. Bagent also got the defense to jump off sides and took advantage of a free play, throwing a touchdown pass to Tyler Scott. Great day for Tyson Bagent and the second team offense, although Bagent would have a pass broken up by Greg Stroman that was intended for Tyler Scott. Great job on that one by Stroman Jr. But now let's get to the trenches update, where the Bears did some shuffling. We had a new look first team offensive line with Nate Davis and Darnell Wright out today. It was Ryan Bates getting the reps at center. The starting offensive line looked like this: Braxton Jones at left tackle, Tevin Jones at left guard, Ryan Bates at center, Bill Murray at right guard, and then Matt Pryor at right tackle. This was interesting to see Matt Pryor get first team reps at right tackle, as it was Jake Curran seemed ahead of him when it came to the preseason action. But in practice today, it was Pryor getting most of the first team reps at right tackle, with Darnell Wright not being there. They would bring in Larry Borum for some snaps at right tackle too, and when that happened, Pryor would slide over to right guard. And during those reps, Bill Murray would replace Tevin Jenkins at left guard just to give him a breather. As far as that center spot goes, though, today was not a great day for Ryan Bates. After Coleman Shellman got the first team reps for the last 5 straight practices, today was finally Bates' turn to be the first team center, and it resulted in several bad snaps and a fumbled exchange. Bates overall just had a rough day at center, further supporting the fact that I think Coleman Shelton should be our starting center. Every day of camp that goes by, especially with Nate Davis out of practice, to me is just more reason to name Shelton the starting center. Ryan Bates' bad day today only further supports that idea. Matt Eberflus talked about the offensive line in his press conference, saying they are purposely shuffling the O-line around and will continue doing so over the next few practices. He said they want to see which of the backups elevate their game against the first-string defense. It's an interesting idea, and today was Matt Pryor, Bill Murray, and Larry Borum getting first-team reps. We'll see who gets their turn tomorrow and which of these guys can elevate their game. On to the defense, though. Gervon Dexter's huge training camp just continued. He looked dominant today, often ending up in the backfield and blowing up the pocket on multiple snaps. I can't say enough about Big Dex. This dude looks poised to have an absolute monster season. Meanwhile, it was Austin Booker getting first team reps today in place of Montez Sweat. He had some good battles with Matt Pryor and Braxton Jones today, continuing to showcase his burst, power, and athleticism. It's been a good camp so far for Austin Booker. Zach Pickens also got some first team reps today in place of Andrew Billings, and he beat Bill Murray badly on one rep. But I even saw Keith Randolph Jr. get a couple of reps with the first team as well. Randolph would come in on third downs early in the preseason game. That's something to watch going forward. With Tyreek Stevenson out today, it was Josh Blackwell getting some first team reps at cornerback, and he had a huge play, peanut punching the ball out of Keenan Allen's hands for a forced fumble. Good to see Blackwell stepping up and making a play. The Bears seem to be trying different combinations along not only the O-line, but the D-line as well today, and giving some of the starters a day off. There was one more injury that occurred late in practice. You hate to see it, but Terrell Smith, the second-year corner from Minnesota, appeared to get hurt during team drills. He ran to the sidelines holding his hand or wrist area and got looked at by the trainers and did not return to practice. So today we were already without Kyler Gordon and Tyreek Stevenson, and then we would lose Terrell Smith as well, really testing the depth of our cornerback room, which is one of the deepest positions we have on the roster. Really hoping Smitty is okay, and also wondering what is going on with Tyreek and Kyler. I'll update you guys as soon as I find out more. It was another light practice. Tomorrow might be a padded practice. Stay tuned for that. But I do have a quick Connor Williams update as well. He passed the physical with the Seahawks about 10 days ago. Jeremy Fowler reported today that nothing is imminent there as far as a deal goes with the Seahawks and Connor, and most people believe they are still far apart in terms of contract value. So that does mean the door remains open a bit, but it sounds like Connor Williams is looking for a pretty big contract. I wouldn't count on him coming to Chicago. If you missed it, Greg Gabriel joined me last night for an hour-long talk about the Bears' preseason victory and much more. Check that out if you missed it. We also signed a cornerback. I'm going in-depth on this one, and we'll have a video breaking down everything you need to know about Roe Torrance in just a few hours. Stay tuned for that, guys. Let me know what you are excited for in the comments. Please remember to hit that like button for me, and until next time, bear down.